The sorted materials are sold to recyclers. The waste paper and cardboard are made into fuel briquettes. So far, more than 250,000 fuel briquettes have been manufactured by the scheme. With Haiti's forests clear to meet the demand for charcoal, the slow-burning briquettes are a handy and cheaper replacement for cooking. The briquette-making machine looks simple, and that's not deceptive, it is simple. It was designed to be so by Eliana Nicolini and the student engineers at the University of Port-au-Prince. The waste paper and cardboard are placed in plastic barrels and water is added. Once wet, the waste is crushed using a pestle and mortar. Sawdust and more water are added to the resulting pulp. The mixture is put into cylinders with plastic discs separating one brick from another. The cylinders are fixed onto a press, and with the help of a jack, the pulp is compressed to create the briquettes. Once compressed and removed from the cylinders, the briquettes are set out to dry and can be sold as fuel. In a few months' time, the project, initially financed through the United Nations Development Programme, will be entirely in Haitian hands and should become self-financing.
The benefits generated from the sale of the briquettes, the compost, the plastic, the metal and glass, finance the project. We've carried out a study into becoming self-financing, which has come out positive.
The workers here earn at least $3 a day for 4 hours' work, offering the district the kind of stability it hasn't seen for a long time. CASCAF provides employment for 400 people in the community and another 200 during busy periods like Carnival.
Quand les projets viennent dans ce quartier, le quartier c'est vraiment très bien propre et puis.
The project means the area is now really clean, and that's helped people pursue their ambitions to pay for their children's schooling. Even I've been able to do things that matter to me.
À faire des choses qui est important dans ma vie. Par exemple, je suis infirmière.
For instance, I'm a nurse, and I started studying, but I could no longer afford the fees. Working for CASCAF has helped me pay for my tuition.
Il m'a aidé de payer mon écolage.
In fact, there are 35 districts in Port-au-Prince, and if this project could be set up in the 35 districts, I think it would be an extraordinary thing for us. It's vital that there are such projects because in Haiti, people hardly believe in anything any longer. It's important that we set up projects as we've done in Carrefour-Faye.
In Rajasthan, high-tech circuits for solar electricity systems are being made by village women, most of whom have barely had an education. One in 3 Indians is illiterate. The Barefoot College in the village of Tilonia, Rajasthan, caters specially for them. To be accepted, you need no formal qualifications, just a commitment to helping your village. The college teaches its students hands-on engineering. It's practical stuff, passing on know-how to make their families' lives better.
Where is it written that just because someone can't read and write, he can't be an engineer or a dentist or an architect? It's all in our mind that just because someone can't read and write, he or she cannot pick up a particular skill, which is very sophisticated.
Bunker Roy's conviction is that being unlettered is no barrier to being educated in handy technology, and he's testing that conviction daily at the Barefoot College. One workshop on campus produces solar cookers made by women who have been taught how to weld. These are, in fact, clockwork solar cookers.
At first, in the beginning, I had a lot of problems because I didn't understand scale, millimetres and centimetres. It was very difficult because you have to start with measurements, and I couldn't read or write.
The clockwork mechanism, which can be built from parts available in a small town market, enables the cooker to track the sun. Not having to constantly adjust the parabola means the user can get on with other work. This is the Barefoot version of time-saving equipment. The college was also quick to seize the potential of solar electricity. It's produced over 3,500 lanterns, which can be used in villages far from the power grid. The college has trained over 400 Indians from the rural areas as solar engineers and electrified over 12,000 households, saving an estimated 200,000 litres of kerosene. Now the founder of the Barefoot College is taking things one step further. Bunker Roy persuaded the Indian government to pay for women from African villages to attend the courses at the college. They're also being trained on how to use locally available materials to exploit the sun's energy.
We had tried the barefoot approach in India for at least 10-15 years before we went to Africa. And we found that it was possible to pick up people who are illiterate in India and see whether they could become solar engineers or not. So we had actually tested it in India before we went to Africa.
This charger controller is divided into 4. 1 battery, 1 banner, and 2 lamps. Home light system.
Usually it's bought off the shelf.
Ask any solar engineer in the world whether it is technically possible to fabricate a charge controller and an inverter in the village, and he will categorically say no.
This is the one circuit, the solar lantern circuit. This is complicated, but they can learn in a month, no problem.
Training, soldering, no problem, small. We are all get to understanding now. First, we don't know nothing, but for now, we can do a lot, and we good. The teachers teach us well, so no problem.
5 months ago, these women were chosen from villages across Africa. Working with local organisations in each country, the Barefoot College selects women from the villages who show they have what it takes to learn about electronics. It's sometimes a hard sell.
To convince the community that you have to send a grandmother to India takes a bit more time, because there's first laughter, there's they all think it's a big joke, and they cannot believe that it's possible.
Many had barely left their own villages. None had ever been on a plane. It was a gamble.
The first airplane in my life. First airplane in my life. I traveling in Delhi now only. My life. I'm very difficult.
I panic. I hold it so. When you want to take off, I hold it like this. Don't the people that's working in the flight said no, sitting like this, sleeping, or you sitting like this. So we take that example. So no problem again.
That gamble has paid off, says Bunker Roy. Since it began in 2005, over 100 African women, some grandmothers, from 15 countries have been trained as solar engineers. Back home in Africa, according to Roy, they have electrified the homes of over 2,000 families in 50 villages, installing more than 3,000 fixed solar units and 1,500 solar lanterns.
They're illiterate, but they're the most educated people around because they know the community, they know the environment, they know how much they can take out of the system.
Everyone speaks different languages, so the teaching is done by demonstration and collaboration.
So it's a great collective effort here. Someone from a different country helping someone from a different country, but they can't speak a word, but their hands are swift, their hands are great, and they're professional. You don't need the written word and the language at all.
Without no book, without no blackboard, I can fix it. It's fantastic, good. Yeah.
You know, they come as women, ordinary, decent women. They go back as tigers. They're so confident, oozing with confidence.
I will use the knowledge because Indians spend a lot of money for us in Africa to come and learn their own knowledge. So we have small understanding for this solar engineering. So I am the best engineer for Sierra Leone, so no problem.
When it's time for the women to return, They have to pack the 50 solar lighting circuits they've made on the course, together with the equipment and parts to build another 50. When each woman returns, she will have the basic know-how and hardware to begin the business of bringing renewable power to her community. It's a small business for the women because they are able to service, repair and maintain the systems in their villages.
After I go to my village, I help my poor families. I help in the solar section and more ideas.
It's the community that pays for the solar unit, pays for the repair and maintenance. And what they pay for the repair and maintenance is what they would usually now pay for kerosene, diesel, candles and torch batteries. So in other words, what they can afford, we're asking them to pay for the solar unit. It ranges between $3 to $10 a month. And out of that, a third must go to the woman engineer for the professional services they provide.
It's not a pipe dream. Graduates from the last class returned to Mali, Western Africa, astounding their community by bringing electric light with them. The college is constantly looking at ways to improve efficiency, as well as adapting solar power to new uses. The latest device, still a prototype, is believed to be the first solar-powered water desalinator of its kind in India. It uses the solar energy to force water through a membrane at high pressure, leaving a salt deposit. The heavy-duty pump is powered entirely by solar panels. It can turn salt water into drinking water at a rate of 600 litres an hour.
Because there is no sweet water in this area, so it's a problem. So Bedford College is trying to make a solution in different way. And now it's because this is a new technology and it's very useful for these kind of villages.
Roy believes it's proof of what solar power can do to transform the lives of the poor.